I guess this will be the last video I'll do for Billboard's Hot 100 of February 5th, 1977. I say so reluctantly because there's at least 10 to 20 more songs I want to cover, but got to move on. I want to move on to another year, another Billboard Hot 100. And next month, probably at the beginning of next month, I want to roll back into the sock hop years of the 50s and early 60s, as I usually do. But we're in the 70s right now. And let me bring up Billboard's Hot 100, February 5th, 1977. I got a Lost 45 I want to play for you. You might not have heard this record before. Let me see if I can bring it up for you real quick. I know it's on here. You Know Like I Know by the Ozark Mountain Daredevil, up to 79, up 4 notches from 83 the previous week. This was not a hit for Ozark Mountain Daredevil, not a big hit at all. That's kind of interesting because this was a lovely ballad by them, a love song of sorts by the Ozark Mountain Daredevil. The Ozark Mountain Daredevil, they formed in 1972 in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, and they released their first album in 1973 off that album, the summer of 1974. If You Want to Get to Heaven, yes. Yes, that was a great. And you know something? I hated that song at the time. I thought, my God, this ain't the 60s, man. This ain't the Dave Clark 5. This ain't the Beatles. This is a friggin' redneck record. What am I doing listening to this? But you know something? I love that record now. It is a fantastic record. If You Want to Get to Heaven by Ozark Mountain Daredevil, and off their, I believe it was their second album, they had their big monster hit, Jackie Blue. This was around winter and spring of 1975, and they released a third album. Between the third and the fourth album, they toured Europe. Ozark Mountain Daredevil toured Europe, and by their last show, their last show in Europe was in Copenhagen. It was a place called, it was a dance hall. They played a dance hall, Daddy's Dance Hall or something like that, and they were tired. They were absolutely exhausted. And they did the show at the dance hall and Copenhagen. And they encountered a horrible sound mix. The concert just technically sounded terrible. And Randy Shouning, I believe that's his name. He was the Randall Shouning, like clowning, Shouning. He was the founding member of the Ozark Mountain Daredevil. He was the one, he sang on If You Want to Get to Heaven, their first big hit. And Randall Shouning, he got angry. Boy, he got pissed really bad. The sound system sounded so bad. I mean, what are we doing singing up here on stage? What are we doing playing up here when the sound system sounds just bad? He turned the amplifier all the way up. And the other band members, they said, "What the hell are you doing?" They got mad at him. And there was this huge shouting match right there on stage. Hey, this is stuff that rock and roll legends are made of right there. And Randy Shouning, after the show, he just refused to take their calls. He just broke contact with the rest of the group members. And the group members that replaced Randall Shouning is Chowning, in case I'm mispronouncing his last name. If I am mispronouncing his last name, if he's watching this video, I do apologize. He was replaced by a Norwegian singer, musician named Rune Wall. It's Wally. Maybe it's Wally or Wall. He was replaced by Rune Wall and Randall Shouning. He formed another group, and their fourth album was called Men from Earth. It was recorded at Caribou Ranch in Colorado. Yielded this record, You Know Like I Know. Billboard's Hot 100 at number 79, the week of February the 5th, 1977.